everyone, thanks for joining Loki and I today. We're going to be making spaghetti squash today. This cooking episode isn't so much about the spaghetti sauce itself as much as just bringing awareness to this wonderful squash that can mimic spaghetti. And so therefore you can cut back on how much pasta you eat and carbohydrates, but yet still get the same feel. So Loki and I are going to show you how we have found the best way to cook this spaghetti squash is. So let's head to the kitchen to make this quick and easy spaghetti squash dinner. Okay, for this meal we're going to take our spaghetti squash and we're going to cut it into rings. So we're going to cut the ends off first. And then we're going to cut these into 1-inch rings. Okay, once I have my rings cut, I'm going to just go around and cut out the seeds of each one of these. So this is what we have. I have it on my baking sheet. You can use parchment paper if you'd like. It's just a lot easier to have it on something because we're going to be flipping these halfway through the cooking process. I'm spraying, just spray on olive oil. Okay, so the squash has been in the oven for about 10 minutes. So I have some no beef vegetable base on the stove, just about ready to boil. I've got 2.5 cups. I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of lentils to it to cook. Okay, while the lentils are cooking, they take about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to be cutting some fresh garden peppers and some basil to add to a sauce that I bought. I'm trying to make shortcuts in the kitchen, but I still do like to use my fresh vegetables. I'm also doing a shortcut by opening a can of mushrooms and using a 1/2 cup of diced onions. So we're going to add all of that to the sauce that's going to go on the spaghetti squash. Just a little bit more Italian seasoning. I find a lot of the jarred sauces to be a little bit less flavorful than I would like. And the sauce that I bought is a no sugar sauce, so I'm just going to be putting just a little bit of date syrup in it to give it some rich sweetness added. I'm going to add some garlic powder. The spaghetti squash is just about ready to come out of the oven. I'm just going to leave this to simmer for a little while. Let it thicken up. And this is what they look like. I'm going to let them cool for about 5 minutes. So that's what spaghetti squash looks like if you've never made it. Comes out nice and stringy, just like spaghetti. So there you have it, spaghetti squash with lentil marinara. Pretty quick and easy, but yet a very healthy meal. So There's also Parmesan cheese on the market that is vegan, so I'm gonna put some of that on mine. You getting tired, buddy? You can't very well eat spaghetti without a little bit of garlic bread, so I have toasted up some oat bread with vegan butter and garlic powder on it for a fast, easy bread. So I've been cooking with spaghetti squash for a long time. This isn't new to me, but the lentil marinara is, and I know the texture of spaghetti squash is something that I've grown very accustomed to, and I really like it. Of course, it's not going to have the exact same texture as spaghetti, but yet it does a great stand-in for pasta, and it's much healthier to be able to eat squash instead of more carbs. And it's so good. It's got such a great texture, and with the lentil and fresh vegetables from my garden, so good. It's a very good meal. So this was definitely another party for my taste buds. I hope you too give spaghetti squash a try. You can put lots of different toppings on it. This is just one way that we use spaghetti squash, and I find it to be a very satisfying meal. So until next time, take care.